All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our halftime special this year, this week at Cyclone Football with Coach Ryan Witten. Coach Witten, another successful week for the T.A. Duggar Cyclones last week. Let's give us a recap of a little bit tougher contest than you've had so far this year.
Yeah, we went to David Crockett High School, played a really good physical football team. They kind of got after us early. We got the ball, went right down, scored, and I think our kids kind of everyone took a deep breath, and then they kind of got after us there for the next quarter and a half. So it was a back and forth football game, few penalties, few missed assignments, but it was good for us to kind of have to show a little grit and our back against the wall and able for some kids to step up. But Legend Pate, we had a big drive. Legend Pate ended up scoring, and then we hit Ryan Jones on another touchdown, and then came back, held them back and forth a little bit, and then we finished the last drive out with another run touchdown. So our offensive line played real good. Our defense is playing outstanding. I mean, we've only gave up 6 points in the varsity games, 18 in both varsity and JV. So I always tell them all the time, if they can't score, they can't win. So we're in a good spot there.
What's some names of some players that kind of stood out last week in that tougher contest than what you've had?
Yeah, well, our linebackers, coached by Matt Fox, they do a great job. David Wright, Channing Medina, Aiden Hartsick, Legend Pate, Matthew Hain, they all do a really good job. They get lined up, they get our defense lined up. And then our front sevens, we think is pretty awesome. Brendan Orlana, Nolan and Lennox Loveday, Calix Daughtery, Jacob Clevenger, Brody Thompson, all names that you'll hear later on as their career continues. But we're excited for those kids, and then they flip over and play offense. But right now our defense is just playing lights out. A lot of tackling drills, a lot of swarming to the ball like Cyclone football is all about.
You know, listening to you, this is our fourth week doing it. I think we hear different names every week coming from T.A. Duggar. It seems like T.A. Duggar and the high school are so similar that there's not a star here, a star there. It's one big cohesive unit.
Yeah, it is, and they're really playing really together. They're bought in. Just if you play T.A. Duggar Cyclone football or any Cyclone football, you have to be bought in. You have to be all in. All the work that we do, that we put in. Same thing as the high school. We're trying to put the kids in situations where they have to think a little bit, not just base plays where they can just run and rely on athleticism. So we're really trying to coach them up so that they will be prepared to play the schedule that he has for them in the fall. So we're excited about the kids. We're excited about the team. Our JV team won 32-8. A couple guys, Callan Reed had a pick six. Creed Baker had 2 touchdown passes to Max Fields. So Lucas Duggar had a 2-point conversion. So our defense on the JV is really playing well. You know how it is as a young kid. You play against some older guys, and you can't wait for the time you get to play somebody your own age and size. So just some really good Austin Haskell, Connor Kent, Lincoln Horniak kind of anchored that offensive line and defensive line. So we've got a lot of kids who are fighting the weather and here every day, and they deserve the right to play. So we're excited about our future.
Now, Thursday night, you're back home at Citizens Bank Stadium.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about who you got coming up and what to expect from them.
Yeah, we got Sullivan Heights, same kind of competition team that they took over. They go to South or West Ridge now, so 6A football. They're 0-3, but they come in. They kind of finding the realms. It's only their second year in our conference, so they're kind of got a new coach. But again, it's the same message Coach talks about Friday night. It's about us. It's about how can we get better. I told them today, let's put the best version of ourselves out there on Thursday. Have a lot of fun and a home crowd. And I want everybody just to continue to build that excitement as we get to play at home and dress our own locker room. And we get all our games here at Thursday. The JV's playing at T.A. Duggar, which is kind of vice versa. Coach is probably getting some heat over that, but it's pretty cool to see the commitment and the people to come out and want to support Cyclone football.
And that brings me to my last question before I turn it over to Stacey. Talking about this T.A. Duggar, it's becoming Cyclone football.
Yeah.
There's not much difference in T.A. Duggar or Elizabethton High School. It's one big cohesive family, and it's just like it's a smaller version of what they see on Friday night.
And that's what we want. We want a 7-year buy-in process, a 7-year program. They enter in 6th grade, and then we watch them grow, and then they graduate like the 2 you just had here, Luke and Alex. So I have the best job in the system. Get to see them grow, run the same type plays. Like 2 of the plays that we put in on offense this week are what we saw on Friday night. So we're going to try to throw some quick screens to our slot receiver, and so hopefully they'll work. If not, we'll scratch them and go back to what the base stuff. But hopefully, we'll put in and just they hear the same message over and over: team first, chasing best, win the day, all in, best is yet to come. All those quotes, we just want to continue to talk about them and play physical football.
I don't know about scratching. You may put it in the back burner.
Yeah.
Maybe come back out.
Yeah.
What I want to know is there anybody left in the system besides you that knows how to stripe that field up there, Dave Ryder Field?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't do it. I think Forrest.
Somebody's got to mow it.
Right, yeah, I think Forrest got a good dose today, so I could have probably done it in about. Me and Stan could have probably done it 2 hours less. But
That's
it's
true.
all right.
Maybe you could dust Og off and
Yeah.
have him line
Yeah.
that field. Let me ask you a question now. Let's go down to the junior Cyclones, the little guys and gals. How was last Saturday? I know y'all went on the road,
Yeah.
kind of split up a little bit. Tell us about that, and then tell us about what we got to look forward to this Saturday.
Well, this Saturday is our last home game, so everybody will play at home, starting with flag at 8:30 in the morning, and it goes all the way to 6 o'clock. We have 3 teams who are undefeated, so 2 teams lost this Saturday, their first loss, but a couple groups went to Bristol and a couple groups went to Boone. But we're excited. We got out of the 5 teams, 3 are undefeated. The other team is in second place, and the other team is in third place. So we're right there at the top. We want to continue to stay at the top. There's 8 teams in each division. We want to stay up there towards the top, and so anything can happen as we move here down the stretch. The competition gets a little bit stiffer, a little bit tougher, but that's what we want. As the season goes on, you want tougher teams. I tell our kids all the time, you always remember the tough games more than you will the blowout games. So.
And how's the flag football going with the girls?
Oh, the flag football with the girls, it's good because you can see them starting to get frustrated because it means something to them now. At first, when they started, it was just have fun and let's have some ice cream and snacks at the end, and now it's turned into like they were mad at themselves for missing a catch or missing a flag or a third down drop or something like that. So it's kind of cool to see them grow and become more athletic. And a couple of parents told me that, hey, they're going to pursue this as a sport for them and for their daughters in the future. So that's a good call for us.
It's right up your alley.
Yeah, that's right.
It does.
Coach Witten, as always, thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for this week's version of This Week in Cyclone Football with Coach Ryan Witten here on WBEJ Radio. Tony and I will be back with more from our halftime show, including our senior spotlight, right after these words from our sponsor.